Okay, guys, we're back on. Let us know if you can hear us.
So we're back at the Passionate Home doing some fabric dyeing with chalk paint. Hopefully you guys will be able to join us again and we have some sound.
Okay.
Is it working?
Oh.
Sounds on.
Yay!
Yay! Okay.
Oh, we're so sorry. We are the Idea Ladies from the Passionate Home. We did our whole introduction, told you what we were doing today, and unfortunately we lost sound. So hopefully you can hear us now, and if you were watching us, that you are rejoining. So let us know, please, if you can hear us, just give us a thumbs up so that we know things are back on track.
Right.
My name is Carrie and this is Jeannine, and we're from the Passionate Home in Langley, and today we're showing you how to dye fabric with anti-slone chalk paint.
Right.
I give a thumbs up.
Yay! Oh my gosh.
Thanks, Neve.
Okay,
So this is looking pretty good.
it looks pretty good. So what we have done here is added anti-slone chalk paint into some water, and we are dyeing a piece of white cotton. So this is sort of the color it was before, and we're dyeing it in duck egg.
It's very soft.
Very soft and pretty.
Yeah.
So if you wanted it to be a darker blue, you would add a color that has more pigment, right?
Right.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, like Opus on.
Like Obasan blue. So we were talking earlier.
Or pink.
Or pink, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe just show examples for the people who.
Oh yeah, anyone who's just coming in.
Yeah.
So we dyed this beautiful pillowcase with a stronger version of Obasan. This one here is Obasan and then rinsed off, so it's a little bit lighter, and just the layering with the white pillow behind. We've done, these laces were in furl, I believe.
Oh wow. Yeah.
Look, here we go.
There's some
more.
antique linen that we have dyed also with the anti-slone chalk paint.
So pretty.
Yeah.
Scarf, a bag here with the pink. That probably was color. Emperor silk or
Emperor
something.
silk.
Yeah, it must be in person.
So basically, Annie's color recipe book has the step-by-steps of how she's dyed her curtains in Normandy, and we're following the step-by-step, which is great, on how to do this. But we did want to share a couple of tips. So the bigger your project is, the more water you should use, correct?
Like a bigger bucket.
A bigger bucket.
Yeah.
The more paint you put in, the darker it will be, but it really depends on the pigment of your paint.
Yeah.
There will come a time where your fabric will stop absorbing, and that will be that. But Jeannine's picked duck egg blue, which is a really soft, lovely blue. If you wanted something darker, you're going to pick something with a stronger pigment like Oxford Navy or Obasan, right?
Right.
Yeah. The other thing is about constant movement. You want to keep the fabric moving so it's evenly distributed through the fabric. And before you actually add the fabric, you want to mix it really well because the paint is heavy and it will go to the bottom. And then when you put your project in, it will hit those higher spots and give you little spots.
I can actually feel it separating a little bit again. So it's probably important to even, like, I'm going to put my hand in here and stir it up again. So we're not getting spots of paint that are going to absorb into my fabric. Yeah.
Well, I think that looks really pretty.
Yeah, I like it.
So the next thing you're going to do is rinse it out and then heat set it. And you could do that by hanging it out in the sun.
Rinse it out or wring it out?
Wring it. I'm sorry. Yeah. Well, you know what? I made a few errors yesterday when I dyed these other pieces.
Yeah.
So even though, I'm just going to come over here. These are the exact same color. But what happened was I did not mix the paint well enough. So there was chunks of paint at the bottom. And when I pulled this out, there were all these little dots. And I'm like, ah! So I just wrung it underwater. And now it's actually, it looks even. And so everything is never ruined. You know, you can always change something up.
Right.
Does that make sense?
So Jan is asking
Yeah.
the ratio of paint to water.
Ah,
Well, Annie's book said about 20 parts water to 1 part paint.
is that what it was?
I think I
Yeah.
did even less in this.
You did.
So
Yeah.
you can just play. The more paint you do, it's going to be harder to mix, right?
Yeah.
I've done, when you're doing something small, really, it's just cleaning out your brush in
Yeah.
a little thing of water. And
These are here. We dyed these with just the paint bucket that was left over from cleaning the brushes,
Right.
right? And which are really beautiful and soft. This would be the same color here, I think, hey?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Emperor silk.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty.
So the amount of paint and also the fabric will make a big difference on how it looks in the end.
Right.
I'm gonna open
So
it
do
back
a
up to
tester.
Yeah, I think it is important to do a tester if you're able to. I mean, on a pillowcase or something, it's harder, right?
I think you just need to be open to it,
What's gonna
happen and practicing. You know, though I had great
Ah.
success with this tablecloth, I feel but I think it doesn't look so great, my blue one. But really, if you're a teenager's room, or it's quite custom.
It is.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's like a tie-dye look. Yeah.
And then this is
actually
even really
super
pretty.
Very boho.
Right?
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So pretty.
Yes. Are the items able to be washed without losing the color?
Yeah, once they're heat set, the color is set, but I think the more you wash it, it will eventually soften.
So does regular,
Anything
right?
you've dyed, yeah.
A t-shirt or whatever. Yeah. But you can wash it, heat set it. So once the fabric is dry, throw it in the dryer for like 20 minutes or iron it, and then you can wash it.
Yeah.
So this is another example of, it's called shibori, and that's when you're folding up fabric into little different shapes and tying it, almost like the old tie-dye we used to do when you used to tie string around your t-shirts. And then you dip it in the different colors of water of Annie Sloan chalk paint. When I was in Oxford for training with Annie, this is a project that we did there, and it was super fun. So I came home, and Jeannine and I did these ones.
Right.
But this again, well, actually, look at how beautiful this would look even with just,
Yeah.
right? Now you
Just
totally
mix it in.
customize your... So this is a really fun project. Now all of a sudden I don't feel so bad. I was like, oh my gosh. But look at how beautiful all that looks together.
It's really pretty. And this is such a fun project to do with the kids and stuff too. Because you really can't go wrong.
The live cut.
Oh no. Are we out again, guys?
Oh, we hope you're still with us. Okay, so what's the next step on that?
Okay, so now I'm gonna...
Ooh, let's move the paint away from that one. Sorry.
That's okay.
see.
I was watching.
Oh.
I'm gonna gently kind of wring it out, right?
I should be reading the book. After yesterday.
So you can see it's just a lot softer already.
So it says hang outdoors to drip dry. Then you can wash it afterwards. Once the sheet is dry, make up your window, of course. That's just... So we're gonna hang it to dry.
Right.
And it's gonna drip. So make sure wherever you're hanging these things to dry, you have protected the floor underneath. But that's beautiful.
Oh, we haven't. I thought there was going to be something under there. But
We haven't.
do as we say, not as we do.
Exactly. Yeah. Do we want to add anything? Does anybody have any questions? I mean, it's really that simple. Here's another scarf that we had done in the Emperor silk.
Right.
You could customize your whole outfit, really. You could do your scarf, and then Candace has done her shoelaces, and your purse.
So I wanted to point out the difference between stenciling on fabric and then dyeing fabric, right? So this, we're just using full strength chalk paint, and you're gonna put
Give her her skirt.
Oh, look how pretty.
There she is.
You're gonna use your stencil, and you're just gonna like dab it on gently. You're not gonna add the water or your stencil. You're just gonna lose it.
No water.
Yeah. So, and then you'll heat set this again with an iron, and then it's good to wash.
Yep.
So there is a difference between dyeing fabric with Annie Sloan chalk paint and painting fabric or
Right.
stenciling.
Yeah.
Next Friday, we're going to talk about stenciling.
We
right?
are, yeah.
Yes.
All the places you can do it and how to do it, and
Exactly.
So we have a couple questions. Any fabrics better than others?
Natural fabric is best.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
someone says, can fabric be dyed like linen?
definitely.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
Linen, beautiful.
Yeah.
Beautiful. Yeah.
100% cotton, beautiful. Yeah.
Again, I would just say you need to be open to interpretation. I think with this tablecloth, I had great success. I was super happy. But you know, you put everything, you do everything you think is right, but you have to be open to interpretation.
Right. Yeah.
There may be a spot somewhere right here that's a little darker than others.
Can you see that?
What?
Yeah, I know. It just makes it unique and personalized. Yeah. Yeah, see how it's dripping?
I know.
We should put something here.
It's a little messy.
Imperfectly
let's do
Home says thank you. She was the one with the fabric
Yes,
question.
excellent.
So.
Well, in Annie's book, there is step-by-step. There's lots of tutorials on how to do this, but it is really fun. It can be a family project. It's a great way to customize space or use vintage or older linens that you want to freshen up, right?
Totally.
Next week we're going to talk about
Stenciling.
fabric.
Or floors, or anything, right? Not
Oh
necessarily
yeah,
fabric.
right.
I got walls.
We're going to
all kinds
stencil
of stuff.
all sorts of stenciling. Yes.
So we have it.
I
Is-
feel like we've lost our voice.
Is something that is heat set, is there no turning back? Asking for a friend who may have accidentally gotten paint on clothes and it didn't wash out completely before thrown in dryer. You know what? Stencil something pretty over top of it.
Yeah.
or dye the whole thing if it's a
Yeah.
t-shirt, right?
Right? Natalie did
Embrace
that.
it.
That you saw here. She
Yeah.
got paint on her jeans and then just put a cute little bumblebee on her hip instead because it's
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
True story.
Yeah, when people come here for workshops, we say please wear an apron. If you get paint on your clothes, rinse it with water instantly because the minute it starts to sit there, you know, it will dye the fabric slightly, right?
Yeah.
So last week we talked about wax,
Right.
and we said we were going to give away wax.
Let's give away some wax.
So who should we give it to?
Oh. I don't know why my memory is going like that. Bev, we're going to message you directly, and
Yes.
you won your wax for sharing the video, so you can come and pick a color.
We had really great response to last week's video on how to wax on raw wood, and a lot of photos came in of the projects that you guys are doing, and it's beautiful, and we love to see that. It's strangely exciting. So thank you so much for tuning in every Friday, and Bev, we're going to contact you for your choice of color of wax. And we hope that if you have tried dyeing fabric, share your experience with us. If you've tried the shibori, or if you haven't, you should really try it. Again, it's in Annie's book.
Yeah,
And it's
step by
all
step.
about folding your fabric into these funny little shapes. Like, I'm just going to give an idea, like this. And then you would just dye a section of it. And then when you open it up, it's got these patterns. So every pattern is different depending on how you have tied it up,
Right.
right?
Cute.
So fun.
So give it a try. Stop in anytime. We're here all day.
And you can hear us in person.
Right. So thank you for sticking with us today. I know we lost the live connection. Any other last minute questions, Candace?
Nothing's coming in.
Awesome.
Okay.
So we hope you join us next Friday at 9:30 as we talk stenciling every